So in trading, we have ups and downs. If you want to be successful, we don't rush the process, we trust the process.
Trust the process.
Absolutely.
What role does networking play in your career?
So networking is good, but when I was starting, I had to find a way of connecting to people that know what I want to do.
Yeah.
Because once I connect with them,
What's good, Mambo VP, Mugamba Chi, we are back once again. It is Forex Flex. Osman joins us once again. People enjoyed your episode. Of course, they sent in a number of questions which I believe you'll be reacting or responding to. First things first, how you doing?
I'm good, man.
You're good?
How you doing, yes, sir?
We're here looking for money, making money, and basically changing life, transforming yourself, and getting acquainted with the dynamics of Forex trading. Now, the first question, what role do the economic policies play in your Forex trading strategy?
Economic policies, like I said in the first episode,
Yeah.
for you to know the overall direction of the market or the strength of a currency,
Yeah.
is understanding the economy of that country.
Okay.
So economic policies are very, very important. The most important things you're supposed to focus on as a trader about economy is two. That
Yeah.
is the interest rates and inflation. So
Okay.
economic policies concerning interest rates and inflation, that is the most important part, because those are the ones that we actually look at to know if the currency is gaining value or it is losing value. For example, when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is to check for any economic events. Because
Okay.
economic events are going to tell us about economic policies. Let me give an example of the US dollar. If I want to know the strength of a US dollar, I first check the economy.
Okay.
So that means I'm going to first check, what did Powell say? Powell is the governor of Bank of America. He's the one that puts economic policies on USD.
Yeah.
So now, for example, FOMC meetings. Every 2 times in a month, we always have FOMC meetings. It's going to talk about the economy. So that is when we get to realize about the economic events and the policies that are put in the country. Now, as a trader, when Powell comes and talks about interest rates, you're supposed to know if he has put them up, how does it affect the economy?
So how often do they share these policies?
Every 2 times in a month.
Hey.
Yeah, we always have meetings talking about economic policies.
Yeah. So do those in Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, do they also have their time when they share?
Absolutely. The governors of Uganda also talk about the economy, interest rates, and everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you approach trading during periods of market manipulation or intervention? Because I understand there are those periods when the market is being manipulated by different factors. So for a trader, how would they approach?
The first thing you're supposed to know is, when do we expect manipulations in the market?
Yeah.
I'm going to give one example. For example, during volatile news events, we've been talking about economic policies.
Okay.
And those really affect the market. So now, every time you know there's going to be a manipulation in the market, what is a manipulation?
That's the question.
Something you cannot control.
Yeah.
So that means, as a trader, I think the safest way to avoid manipulations is staying away from the market when we expect manipulations, because you cannot avoid them.
Okay. Someone was wondering if you could share an example of a significant lesson learned from a past trading mistake. Now, this person believes that there are mistakes that people make in this business of trading. They would want you to share first-hand experience from your own encounters.
Okay, I think this is something that happens to all of us. We are traders, we pass through the same thing. The mistakes I make, if you're joining trading, the same mistakes you're going to make. So the most important one is risk management.
Risk management.
The moment you don't manage your money, high chances you're going to lose everything in just a day.
Yeah.
So the moment I realize that when I come to the market without understanding risk management, I'm putting all my capital at risk.
How have you been able to step up your risk management game?
Of course, I have to learn how we manage risk in Forex. So there's a way how we manage our money in Forex. It is not the same way. The way you manage your money out of Forex cannot be the same way you do it in Forex.
Okay.
So in Forex, we do what we call risk management. And basically, we talk about a stop loss.
Okay.
There is no trade you're going to take without a stop loss.
Okay.
Because if the stop loss is not there, you're risking everything. And remember, we've talked about manipulations.
Oh, yes.
So you might be in a time of manipulation. When market manipulates, everything is gone.
Yeah. How are you able to tell that the market is being manipulated?
There are times
we
know manipulations are going to be there.
Okay.
You have to understand sessions. Every time a session is closing and the other is opening, we expect manipulations.
Okay.
When you're trading a pair in a wrong sessions, we expect manipulations. For example, we have Asian session. The moment I trade GBP USD, which is a London session currency in Asia, I'm going to expect manipulations. During also high volatile news events, there's going to be manipulation.
How do you handle trading multiple currency pairs simultaneously, where you have people that choose to trade, it's more like bulky trading, know? So how do you handle such scenario?
Okay, it's very possible. I think we all see a lot of traders. For example, these traders on social media. You look at his office, he's having like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screens.
Yes.
They're not just decorating the room. The only way so that you can, manage multiple pairs is having different screens so that you can be watching from one screen on different pair. But if you have maybe one screen that you're watching on, it is a little bit hard because you're going to be moving from one pair to another every now and then. Sometimes also we use TradingView. TradingView is a platform that we use to analyze the market. It has alerts. So maybe if you're watching a bulk of pairs, make sure you have that option of putting alerts on every pair. Because you will never know when the market is going to reach your point of interest to execute a buy or a sell. So you put an alert. When the market reaches there, they will alert you, then you go to that pair. If that is not possible, have multiple screens.
Nice. What are the most effective ways to diversify a trading portfolio?
So there's what we call compounding in trading.
Okay.
The only way you can diversify your portfolio is compounding.
Compounding.
Absolutely.
What is compounding?
Compounding is looking at consistent growth
of your trade.
Absolutely, not of your trade, your portfolio. For example, your capital and then also your knowledge.
Okay.
So you always don't, like I told you in the beginning, we don't want one hit time wonders. If you want to diversify it, the more you know, the more you diversify.
The more you diversify.
Absolutely.
Okay. What role does networking play in your career?
Okay, so networking is good, I think, everywhere. In trading and all other industries everywhere. Because networking gives you access to what you don't know. If for example, when I was starting, I had to find a way of connecting to people that know what I want to do. Because once I connect with them, I'll know things that I don't know. So networking, people see it differently in Uganda because they think when you sit around a rich guy, you're going to be rich automatically. But when you sit around a rich guy, that's a network. What do? Learn how they became rich. I think that is the only way you benefit from networking. So if you're coming into trading, networking is going to help you in which way? Get someone who knows, then learn from there.
So how do you stay motivated during times of prolonged periods of market downturns?
Now it depends. Every trader have their own way of trading. But in trading, there are times market is not giving us what we want. There's what we call choppy markets, seek and destroy. Those are markets that we cannot make money from because the market is just full of manipulations. So if you're a trader and you know when that happens, you're supposed to have rules. Because remember, I told you we attract money, we don't chase money. So when I come to the market and there's no opportunity following my rules, because remember, those rules, you've back tested them. These are the ones that are going to make for you money. So when I come to the market, check, and the market is not following those rules, then I just have to stay away from the market.
Nice. How do you handle the pressure of high stakes when you're making your trading decision?
Risk management. Like when you come to the market, now for example, me, the moment I made 800K in a week, now pressure started kicking in. You can make more.
And I want to triple that. I want to double, triple.
I just told myself, you know what? You've made this sitting on someone's computer. Now imagine when you're home alone. You're going to be making 800 every day. You get. But now later you realize it is not like that. It's what we call risk management.
Risk management.
Absolutely. You have to manage your money. Because something in trading, we have a saying, not even in trading, every online business, invest only what you're comfortable to lose.
Only what you're comfortable to lose. Why do people tend to have this fear that, oh, forex trading is more like gambling?
You know, the reason why people believe that, because in trading, this is what we do. We don't get rich quick, but we make money fast. So now anything that makes someone rich fast, they think it is gambling, because we have this mentality that you're supposed to hustle to actually see money.
You have to sweat it out.
Absolutely. But in trading, we don't gamble, because it's a skill which needs you actually to learn it. If it was gambling, for example, gambling, what do? You come in the morning, for example, Manu is playing maybe Arsenal. Odegaard is not in the game. Arsenal wagena jikuba. It doesn't work that way. Here you have things you follow to actually come up with an idea of executing a buy or a sell. For example, if you're having any business out there, you have a system that you follow each and every day. You know what? We are supposed to be at work at this time. This is how we are supposed to dress. That is a business. So it's the same thing in trading. We have a system that we follow. Without the system being in place, then it is gambling.
Interesting. Let's talk about managing and handling short-term trading with long-term investment goals.
It's very important, by the way, to think about it in that perspective of short-term and long-term. Because the more you plan something longer, the more you're planning to make more money from it. So now if you're a trader and you're just joining trading, I would recommend you to actually think that way. How can I be a short-term trader and then a long-term trader? Because trading can be both daily income at the same time and investment. How is that possible? We have types of traders. There are traders that we see, we call them scalpers. These are people who hold trades for just minutes. He just wants to make money in 5 or 10 minutes, he's done. Then we have day traders. Day traders hold for hours. He wants to enter the market in the morning and holds it till evening. Then we have the big ones now, the swing traders and the position traders. Now those are the investors in trading. If you're thinking about long term, that means you're planning, first of all, to be a trader for some good time. The second time, you're planning to hold a trade longer. And in trading, the more you've been a trade longer, the more you're making money. If I hold a trade for 1 month, I'm making more money than someone who's holding it for a day. Because market is moving in one direction for a very long period of time. It will never be changing direction each and every day. So if you're managing it as short-term and long-term, you should think about, can I hold a trade for a long period of time? If you can, then an investment can be very good.
So it'll be very good. How do you connect MT5 and Exness? But before you even respond to that, can you connect both concurrently?
Yeah, you can.
How does it work?
Because Exness is a broker, and then MetaTrader 5 is a trading platform. That means MetaTrader 5 is where the money is that you actually want to make. The $7.7 trillion. And then for you to make money there, you need capital. So the broker, which is Exness, is where we put capital.
We put the capital.
So after opening up an account with Exness, deposit money, now you have to link it where the money is, which is MetaTrader 5. And then you can download it.
So can someone retrieve their money? Say they I've put my money, you know, and along the way lose the interest. Can you retrieve the money?
Absolutely. Let me tell you an experience. The first time I wanted to trade, my very first time after learning, now I deposited money. Remember, we all believe it's a scam. I deposited not to trade, to see if I can withdraw it. So I deposited. After 1 minute, I did a withdraw button. So it's very possible. Very possible.
It's interesting. So is Exness regulated in Uganda?
Absolutely.
That's good to hear.
Very regulated. And they should not. A lot of brokers are coming in. There are things we look at before selecting a broker. Make sure they are licensed and regulated.
Absolutely. Nice. Now, finally, in the other episode, you shared that you were a pharmacist. You said along the way you realized that you had made the wrong decision, ditching your job to take on trading after securing that $800, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you still practice pharmacy?
No, because I was there for the money.
For the money?
I make more money here.
So you're no longer a pharmacist?
Unless you call me and you Osman, I'm having a problem, I can prescribe something for you. But I cannot be there. Maybe I'm planning of investing there, opening up a pharmacy, because we make money here, then we invest it the other side. But me sitting in a pharmacy,
that's not you anymore.
No, you cannot.
It's very interesting. Any tip that you would want our viewer to run with today?
Now, the most important thing, anyone out there, it's not even about trading only, but if you want to be successful in life, we don't rush the process, we trust the process.
Trust the process.
Absolutely. That means you're supposed to be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable.
There's no journey that is just going to be comfortable.
Yeah.
So in trading, we have ups and downs, but now we pass through everything and we make money. And then also you need guidance in everything you do.
Meanwhile, guys, we're coming to you from Dim the Lights. It's located in Nalia. It's one of those places you need to come by in case you want a refreshment, you want to bring your person out. The location is good, very good parking. Come pay them a visit. Now, do you have any regrets ever since you started trading?
There's no regret because I joined trading because I wanted a good life.
Yeah.
I have it right now.
I hear you.
Before I got to understand how to make money, of course I regret it because I told you I went away from the job.
Yeah.
But then I started losing money because I haven't understood the things very well. There I started regretting.
Okay.
But then after I pushed, I started seeing the money.
Yeah.
And remember, we come to trading for only two things: financial freedom and social freedom.
And social freedom.
Financial freedom, I have the money. Social freedom, I can spend it anytime. So that is what we're getting in trading. So there is no regret coming into Forex or in online business because everything I wanted, I'm actually having it. And everything I'm dreaming of, I know the market can give it to me in a blink of an eye.
Interesting. Are there red flags that have helped you know that, now I'm dealing with scammers?
Absolutely. Now, if you're selecting any mentor and they're telling you they're managing accounts, don't go for them because that means they don't have capital. If you tell me in your mentor you make money online, why are you managing money? That is number one. Number two, if you're looking for any mentor and they are not trusted, you remember, I cannot come to you if you do not have what I want. So if I'm looking for a good life, that's the mentor you're selecting. Shows you that the good life is possible to be good from trading. Absolutely. And then also look at value more importantly.
Yes, I guess that is it for this week. My guy, thank you so much for coming through and sharing with us. We shall continue bringing you more experts, and of course Daniel is also in the building. He's still part of this situation, so once in a while he will also be coming through to share with us right here on Forex Flex. Otherwise, that is all we had time for this week. Peace out.